What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are going to be doing a Silas showcase and build on what he does for your team, how to best build him, what kind of damage he deals as well. We're going to go through promotion, then we're going to go through the skills, then we'll go through awakens and gear and artifact last. Okay, so promotion level 1 gives you blood pact unlocked, which is his passive. We'll talk about the skills, or this in skills in a moment. Promotion level 2 gives you attack range boost, as you can see here. It's just a 1, and then that opens it up more. Level 3 gives you Eye of Curse, which we'll talk about again in a moment. And then it's a basic attribute increase at 4. Obviously, you do get basic attributes increased for these as well. Don't forget that. And they are massive. At 5, you get Talent Enhanced. Deals 20% bonus damage to airborne units for every 5 instances of attack. The next attack becomes Soul Sniping. We'll talk about Soul Sniping as well. And level 6 is just another big boost to your stats. You know, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, skills. Now, his basic attack deals 115% damage to one enemy, prioritizing airborne units. All marksman or piercing heroes do prioritize airborne units. Blood Pact is passive. If a unit within attack range dies, so yeah, you can't be killing on the other end of a map, and it's not inside his attack range, he won't get this buff, alright? So it's important to know that the ones that die inside that will then get a buff. Increases damage by 30% for 10 seconds. This effect can be triggered up to 1 time every, normally 20 seconds. It's already reduced by 2, which makes it 18. It does go down to 15. So, theoretically, if enemies are dying within his range, it's only 5 seconds. He doesn't have that extra 30% damage, which increases to 40% damage when it's leveled up. You need to be doing that. Eye of Curse, which is the passive after attacking the same target for 5 seconds, inflicts Eye of Curse upon the target for 10 seconds. So that will mean, like, it's not just going to go on anyone. Bosses will be the main priority of this. So once we're attacking the same target for 5 seconds, as it says, inflicts Eye of Curse upon the target for 10 seconds. Eye of Curse will be triggered only 1 time every 20 seconds. And it wouldn't really trigger that often anyway. Soul Sniping will deal 50% extra damage to targets with Eye of Curse. So that's when he's activated into boss nuke mode. He can do a lot of damage to bosses, but you know, he may lackluster compared to, say, a Deimos paired up with Salazar with Wrath or Toreador. So bear that in mind as well. He's still going to be dealing a good amount of damage though. Mark duration does increase here, as you can see, and extra damage is also increased. Now, let's have a look at his ultimate a moment. When activated, the hero's damage is increased by 80%, and each attack becomes Soul Sniping that ignores all defense of a target for 20 seconds. What does Soul Sniping actually do, though? It deals 140% damage that ignores 50% of the target's defense. So it is massive. It's a big boost of damage when this is activated. When he's Soul Sniping, and it's the same with Eye of Curse, that's what will happen when he's just normally attacking as well. So, you know, this does increase in damage, and the duration also extends by 5 seconds. It's normally 15 up to 20 now. Skill cost gets reduced at level 5, which is nice. And this one is literally gross. Like, it is huge. If you have Viana as well, you're laughing when you're using Silas, because you're getting, after Viana, the Wrath is activated in Hero Gallery. Soul Sniping deals 100% extra damage when Shadow Cloak is in effect. Yes, that's right. Just by having Viana in your gallery, you will be enabling an extra 100% damage. Let's have a quick look at his Awakens. Awaken 1 is massive for Silas, okay? Increase attack speed by 100 when Shadow Cloak is in effect. This, 100 attack speed just for an Awaken 1 is super nice, especially when Shadow Cloak is effective, when he's doing his most damage. At Awaken level 2, we get a base 300 increase of attack. Level 3, you get the caster and 1 random allied marksman deal 15% extra damage when there are more than 2 allied marksmen on a battlefield. Really, that is a, this A3 is big. Okay, there's no word about it. It is big. Because he's buffing a random allied marksman as well for 15% extra damage, and that is a lot of extra damage. 15% added onto both of them, that's 30% more damage overall, right? Don't knock that. Awaken level 4, rage regen on attack is +2, and Awaken 5, the mark of Eye of Curse will increase physical damage to the target by 15%. So when that Eye of Curse is on the target, i.e. bosses, they're going to be taking an extra 15% damage again. So as you can see, it's just scaling, and we would expect this from a legend hero with their Awakens. You know, if that didn't happen, what would be the point in summoning for more, or to be pushing on to make him better and better? So yeah, you know, A5 is very nice if you have it, ideal. If you don't, it's not huge, like it's not going to bust your account by not having it. However, A1, I would say, is his biggest. Like, A1 is really nice. The attack speed, you know, take it all day long. And A3, you know, A1 and A3 are the bigger ones here. In my opinion, 30% extra damage here. And when this one is 15% just for Silas. Makes sense, makes sense. Let's go what we're doing next. What we're doing next, we're going to the gear, right? We're going to the gear. So currently, our Silas has Ancient Wrath set on him, which, you know, is very nice. Crit damage plus 30%, crit damage plus 1% after making a critical hit, stacking up to 30 times, so effectively 60% crit damage extra. However, the main stats you want to focus are attack. Get as much attack speed as you can, okay? I haven't got enough on my Silas. This is not enough, okay? We need more. We need more. Attack speed is huge for your marksmen. Crit rate needs to be 100%. This is close. As long as you can get it over 80%, you're in a good zone. But the more you get to 100, the better and better. Crit damage as well. It's very hard to determine at the moment how much crit damage you would need to make it completely viable. But, you know, the fact is here we have a mix of attack and crit damage with that crit rate. So it's ideal. You know, it's ideal. It can always get better. It can only get better once you have achieved a set amount, right? Once you've got that close to crit rate, you can only improve your gear. This is where you start to maximize and minimize certain stats. You know, rage regen is nice as a substat anyway on any hero, but attack speed, crit rate, crit damage is the way to go, and that's pretty much the same for any DPS in the game. So like attack bonus are on here. We have attack bonus as a main stat here, and attack bonus here. Ideally, you want to get crit damage substats, crit rate substats. Rage regen was nice on this piece. Defense bonus, no, we don't need it. Crit damage, crit rate, defense. I say you don't need it, but when you're facing something that's dealing AoE damage, that defense is actually helpful. So don't be like, oh, this is so bad. But I would rather take flat defense over defense bonus. Much rather. This is the perfect kind of piece here. Crit rate, crit damage, attack speed. This is exactly what you want. If you can find this, you're laughing. You're literally laughing. You know, rage regen there, but the flat defense is actually helpful as well. You could have had flat attacks. That would have been a bit better, like from pure damage. On a note of other sets quickly for Silas, I would say, like, with any hero we build, we always want to go stats over sets, okay? Ignore the sets until you have the stats. Once you have the stats, I will say that any damage set is going to be a bonus to your damage. It's going to be a bonus to your damage, but the main thing is you can get those stats. If you can't get the stats, ignore the sets. But like, Infernal Roar looks very interesting. Basic attack damage plus 40%. Obviously, we have Ancient Wrath on. Another one is the Wisdom, the Hawkeye. You know, there's like I said again, any damage piece is going to be extra damage on those perfect stats that you have. Like Wisdom here, after using ultimate skills, increases damage of 35% for 10 seconds. What was the other one I just selected? Hawkeye, with launching 5 attack, increases damage by 25% for 6 seconds. With this one, you would really want a huge amount of attack speed to benefit massively from this, because we've got to launch more attacks in a short space of time to trigger this damage increase. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight on that, but definitely stats over sets. Again, here, this is a broken set piece, because stats are there. Attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate. And on the boots, we have crit rate, attack bonus, attack. So, you know, this is why that's there. But ideally, I would like to have either Whirlwind here for the attack speed increase, or, you know, Warlord, ideally, for the attack percent increase and attack speed increase. So I hope that as well gives you a little bit of inkling on that. On the note of artifacts, we currently have Toriel's Gaze on it. When dealing crit damage, there is a 15% chance to ignore 30% of a target's defense and magic resistance for 3 seconds. You know, there's a ton of artifacts in the game. I haven't gone over an artifact tier list just yet. That will be coming, but give me a little bit of time, because I want to make sure it's just right. It's important for content that you're putting out to be right, because if I'm wrong, then you're not coming back. You're not coming back if I'm wrong about information I'm giving out. Well, why would you? And I wouldn't expect you to. If I watch someone and I followed their exact guide and it didn't work, I would be like, thanks, mate. You know, you wasted my time. So I do try my best. I do try and get the right information out. And, you know, even if it is wrong, literally just tell me in the comments below. And, you know, I'll own it. I'll own it. And I'll learn for myself to be right in the future. And I think that's the way everyone should be in life, right? Everyone should be that way. But yeah, this is the one we're using at the moment. Other ones we could, you know, it's tricky. It's tricky. There's just so many friggin' artifacts. Where's this other one that I was looking at earlier? No, see, Toriel's Gaze. I do like Toriel's Gaze. It's ideal for it. But the Shadow Gaze, again, increases attack by 10% for every 5 attacks, lasting for 5 seconds. If you had huge attack speed, potentially this would be okay. So it all kind of depends on the gear sets you have, the gear stats you have, to really boost your hero's damage. Yeah, okay. I don't have a ton of them here. Damage to airborne units plus 10%. I mean, it helps, but I just don't have a ton of them here, so I can't really go through that with you right now. I do apologize for that. So yeah, one last time. Attack speed, crit rate, crit damage is the way you want to go. Let's have a little look at Toriel, at how he works. Where should we go? Okay, so with Silas, I could take you into Arena with my Brienne on the anti-air DPS, and you can see him doing a lot of single target damage, which is granted. Again, Guild Boss, he does do good damage. I think he's getting about 20 million on Nightmare 3, I believe. It may be 18, 22, something like that. So he's dealing good damage for an A2 Silas. Artifact, material raid, gear raid. I mean, why am I really using him in gear raid? Gear raid 3 he is being used in, but again with this he's not used the entirety of it. He comes in early here with the attack range boost from Araka as well, but you can see the damage he's dealing to the enemies. Look at this. And he's got his ultimate up. You'll see him pop it in a second. You'll see his damage on the enemy that comes through, and it literally just gets nuked down. Look at this. Look. 125, 198, 200, 200. Like he's hitting hard. And he's done his job there. That's all what I really needed him to do. He will get replaced like in a moment when we don't need him anymore. And those of you who haven't watched it, then this Gear Raid 3 Stage 19 video, here's a little tip for you as well. Look, I mean, Lucas in here as well. I'll just mention that. But Silas has gone now. He's been replaced. He's been recalled. I don't need him anymore. And again, Brienne as well from earlier on in a showcase, showing how strong she is as well in Gear Raid 3. Those of you rating her 3.3 stars should be ashamed of yourself. Yourselves, because she is solid here. Look. But yeah, Silas is not being used here anymore. I will finish it, and I'll finish it on this video. But you could see the burst damage that he had. Now, if he is attacking a boss, say you're against a guild boss, and he's doing it, he's going to be hitting it for a lot more than 5 seconds, okay? That Curse of Eye will be on there, and he'll be dealing more damage over time. But that is how we build our Silas. I wish I could show you a bit more content, but I don't really know where to showcase him right now on it. Have we got an arena token? We do. Well, whatever. I knew he said a naughty word then. But we'll just throw it in here quickly. He is still here. So let's have a look at Silas here with his damage. He will be paired up next to Brienne. Obviously, we have Araka as a lord extending that range as well. Brienne comes in first just because Brienne with that split arrow. Look at this. Look. Friggin' awesome she is. So here comes Silas now. You just see 100k crit. Like he just deals so much damage. We'll see it a bit more on this single target here now. Obviously his ultimate is going to be ready in a moment. You can see his hits landing. Look at the difference in the numbers. It came up like 180k or something crazy. But yeah, I mean, even these two paired. Now imagine you had him at A3, increasing the damage of Brienne here as well. Ooh, boy! Like he's just, yeah. Can't watch. It's gross. But yeah, that is it for your Silas showcase. If you're enjoying the content and you want to see more content like this, make sure you click like, follow. It's not follow. Like, subscribe, and comment below. Help this channel grow. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Enjoy it. I hope that helped you build your Silas a little bit better for damage. Take care. Goodbye. Have a fantastic day, even wherever you are.